have here a 2007 Toyota Sienna van, and this is lack of power, say the customer, during only on underload when he's going up hills or things like that. So we're gonna scan it and find out what's wrong with it and go through the process of diagnostic. So I am connected here with the scanner already, and I scanned the whole vehicle. On newer vehicles, it is recommended to do a code scan because on the traction control, ABS, something can affect the engine too. So we gotta make sure, you know, when they have a customer complain for engine related, like lack of power, anything like that, gonna eliminate anything related to other system. In this case, I already scan this vehicle, the whole computers. Show you that here, right here. I took this capture already, but look at here. So I only have codes on the airbag computer, but I don't have any codes here on the engine and transmission. However, it exists the possibility, you know, someone cleared the codes on this vehicle. If they did, you know, the way how to know is checking for monitors. If someone clear the codes, we're gonna check on the redness monitors. Those all of them gotta be completed. If any of those say not completed, that means someone disconnected the battery or cleared the codes. And that's it recommended if you're buying used vehicle, to make sure, you know, all the monitors are run, because sometimes the people have some issue, clear the codes before selling the vehicle, and then checking your light is off. However, you haven't run the monitors, and checking light come back on later. So you gotta make sure all of these are run before we work on it. If they are not complete, you gotta tell the customer, you know, it exists the possibility of any of these not being run. Like we can see test complete right here, you say not complete on the catalytic converter, monitor, and the EVAP. So there is the potential of any of those systems have not run the computer, those tests, the check engine come back on for those. However, in this case, the customer concerned lack of power. This one won't cause a lack of power, this one won't cause a lack of power. However, they can set the check engine light if there is any issue on those systems. So now we're gonna proceed to check for some scan data on this and analyze the closed loop operation. When it is on closed loop operation, how is the fuel control on long term and short term, and then we're gonna go from there and find out what is causing the lack of power. So basically, we gotta go to the engine and we're gonna go to data, and we're gonna pick it up any data related to a fuel control in this moment. Okay, checking light came on during road test. Scan for codes. Misfire. Didn't want to start when I stopped someplace there. I believe the misfire is because the way how I was road testing to check on this. So instead of giving a link codes, this gave us a link misfire. So the misfire related to link issues. Got an idle, we can see here. Long term is negative on both banks. You see, like when I quickly accelerate, see what happened there? On the short term, we load it. What happened when I'm accelerating? Positive both banks. Well, this is basically classic duty mass airflow sensor. So I got short term here and long term here, and we can see on both is negative. It's taking fuel away the computer. So on one is let me see, let me send this one on the top. So that way I got both on the top here, short term and long term. So both are on the negative side. Total 8 and 5. That is a total of about 13. Taking away the mass airflow sensor, about 3.4. gram per second. This is a 3.5, I think, engine size. So I'll put it in reverse now, and and I'll load it. And look at the one on the top. When the mass airflow sensor is duty, they are going to positive side, and we still gotta be into a closed loop when we're doing this. Yeah, look at that one. Long term is going to 19. I don't want to do it too long this, but 22%. So I'll do a road test, but this one, it sounds to me like a duty mass airflow sensor. I'm gonna go through some testing here. A little bit more I can show, you know, the the mass airflow sensor with the scope. We're expecting minimum 3.8 volts on these Toyotas when we do snap, and on all other vehicles about 4 volts peak. But however, we're gonna go through that one. Okay, so I release the throttle, gonna accelerate now, and look at the fuel trims. How much is the computer compensated? I felt there like oops, this is what the customer concern is. I feel it now. Man, the brakes are almost breaking apart. Look at this. Okay, so wide open throttle. I can feel the vehicle doesn't want to run there. Okay, I'm gonna analyze this data in a little bit. So I'm gonna analyze a little bit here the data before. Put this one here. See if I can get some shade here, because this thing is for the glare. See if I can do this one here. I hope. Okay. So, oops. And I have it here. Oops. Okay. So this is what we have here while I was driving. Let me see. When I did, let's see, where did I stop this one? I should have a mark here. Oh, right there. Right here. Right there is when I accelerated here the throttle position sensor to 78%. You can see, let me put the cursor there. Right there. 75%. And then we can see a long term started to adjust here. Let's see how much that long term went there. Right there. 25% on the long term, and the short term was 5% at that moment. So that is a total of 30% of compensation of the computer right there. However, at the same time, the mass airflow sensor, we're gonna see a drop there, because I felt like this vehicle when it had a lack of power, I felt the vehicle started like a kind of right here, we can see it here. So at that point I still, you know, was accelerating, and I felt like the vehicle, the lack of power. So that is what the customer was telling me what's going on. So basically I'm suspecting here duty mass airflow sensor. So I wanted to show also how much the max short term. As we can see here, the max, it was minimum removing 21% idle minimum, and how about the long term minimum taking away 5. So that one is about 30%, 26% removing fuel. That one was idle. But when we accelerate and we feel the lack of power and all that kind of stuff running lean, it was max was 25%, and here was 20. So that's a total of 45%. Surprisingly, still the computer is not compensating. This is coming basically from the O2 sensor, this data. So we gotta make sure we got a good O2 sensor. However, by experience, I know the mass airflow sensor. So I am here. I already checked the mass airflow sensor here, but I'll do it for you guys again. So right here I got the scope, and I got I am connected right here on the pin 2, the ground, the black wire, and the yellow is connected to MAF signal, pin 3. So I connected here to the signal of the computer, the ground, because I wanted a good clean ground. As you can see here, this spec, by the way, is, weird right there, but it doesn't mean too much to us. Basically, what we wanted to see is when we accelerate. This is what we wanted to see when we do wide open throttle. You see on my cursor 1 is at 2.6. My cursor 2 is at 3.3. So this is way too low numbers. So when we rush the air is when we wanted to measure that. According to component guide of Snap-on here, they are telling us some like instruction here, how, and tech tips. Let me go back here to component testing information. Right here they are telling us how it works, the circuit, and right here, well, the same thing where it was connected here. However, take notes. You can pause that one and read it. So those are the take notes they have. Okay, so at this point, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna do it live right now with you guys here. So this is idle right now. You see the numbers accelerate a little bit. We can see the changes. Okay, so what I'm doing here is doing a wide open throttle like this. See it? Stabilize. Did it again. Stop and analyze here. So basically this is what we have here. Okay, so this is the same I had it before, as you can see here. 2.6, 3.6. So we're gonna clean the mass airflow sensor, and I will recheck. However, when I'm doing this, I talk up front to the customer and I said I can clean the mass airflow sensor. Most of the time that works, but there are some times when we do that, the mass airflow sensor get damaged, and if that's the case, I gave him already the price. So I said I don't want to make it looks like I damaged the mass airflow sensor if it fail. But if I will be at the shop, I will be not offering cleaning. I will be offering replacing the unit, because I don't want to be blamed for something. I'm trying to make a favor to the customer. I want him to understand that if it doesn't work, this is what it is. So the customer said, okay, go for the cleaning. So I'll do the cleaning, but like I said, I gave him already a price for a new part in case that one get damaged during the cleaning, and he said it's okay. Okay, so we're gonna clean it and we're gonna recheck after that and check with the filtering data, and also redo the capture on them for the mass airflow sensor. As we can see here, I'm right here, and I am connected here, right here. So right here we're connected on the mass airflow sensor, because as I said, pin 2 and pin 3 with the scope. Well, check already that engine air filter is dirty, not really dirty, but however, I'm recommending that one. And I have the O2 sensor here, and I don't know if that can be seen, but this is the area where we had to clean it up. The two inside here, let me put it here, see if I give it some with a flashlight, you can see how dirty that one is right there. So it's very, very dirty. So I will be using brake cleaner for argument purpose. There is a mass airflow sensor cleaner, but seems like both works fine. So some people say, like, oh, don't use it. However, I'm covered in advance. That's the one you clean. The two are right there, and the one is on the side. That one is only for the air temperature, so don't mess with that one. And I'm gonna be using the pocket screwdriver here, kind of go gentle inside and scrub it a little bit here. And after I do that, I will do it with spray with the brake clean and make sure that one is clean before you put it in, because this is working with temperature. I finished cleaning that one, so we're gonna see the scan data and the scope. Basically, I having clear codes, so I wanted to see the relearn procedure here. So we're gonna go through that one on the scanner, because I don't want to miss the opportunity there to see if we fix it or not. So we're gonna see the computer is gonna start yes, itself adjusting, you know, like it will start correcting itself if we fix the problem. So let's look at the scan data. As we can see here, I haven't started the vehicle yet, so this is where we were before, idle, or where the computer had recognized min and max is not auto adjusted because I haven't started the vehicle. So I don't want to miss the opportunity because that happened too quickly. So I will start the vehicle and we're gonna see the auto adjustment there. So now we're gonna be here on the scope again. I'm gonna recheck the mass airflow sensor. I am idle right now with no loads, and I don't remember exactly how it was before these readings, but here we are. So I'm gonna do the wide open throttle, quick snap, I mean like this. So we're expecting that one to go the max more than 3.8, and gonna review that data. And also, as we saw there before, you know, the fuel trim is still adjusting. So this is what we have here. And I believe there's already one difference in between, you know, like, let's get the cursor 2 around here, right there. So we can see the cursor 2 is about 3.9 and the cursor 1 is about 3.4. I remember that one was at 2.6 before, around like that. So then this is obviously an improvement. And if you have you don't have a scope and you have a min and max record, you can set that one there. If it goes about 3.8, I think that is really in the max. That one is really helpful too, you know, as you can see here. So basically we're having improvement here, look. And we're gonna check data now. You go to the scanner, and here is where we are right now. It's still adjusting, you know, idle. As we remember, this one was was removing before, so it seems like this one is pretty much auto adjusted already. When we were accelerating, that one was going lean. So we're gonna see right now what's going on. It's still in the process of adjusting, so this one should be still going on the negative side. You see, it's still removing fuel. So I'll rotate. I came back today to this Toyota Sienna to recheck, basically not recheck because I'm doing brakes on it from brake pads and rotor. So I decided to recheck about the fuel trims data because I wanted to see if that one fixed it or not. So during my road test for braking in the brake pads, I'll be checking on it, and we're gonna check now what's going on here. And I'll share that with you. See if we're satisfied, with the result, or we need to keep diagnosis that the customer said the vehicle is been running fine. So I did that one like about a week ago. So I was waiting for the video to get complete and take this capture and get a complete report, diagnosis, and all of that. Let's see data now. Well, we can see here I got the vehicle in park. The engine is running about 900 RPMs. Okay, short term and long term seems to be running okay. I will have to start accelerating a little bit and pay attention on short term and long term. I got on the top both for bank one, short term and long term. I am accelerating. Look at long term on bank 2. Like in bank 2 for a moment on short term, it goes a little high, but it doesn't stabilize, so like it doesn't stay there. 2000 RPM. Look at bank 2 is the one's a little bit, but short term it keep. Yeah, look, about 2500. I think it looks like an auto sensor or any of the sensors, like not reacting correctly. You see, like bank 2, it's about 20% total there. So, but only on one bank. So it can't be the map sensor at this point because the map sensor will affect both bank. It's only affecting one bank. Look, more than 20% on bank 2. When I am accelerating, it's getting worse. So this is not a vacuum leak. Getting lean and lean. So it's a little bit off. If off on bank 2, I'll make a test to all the upstream and downstream auto sensor throughout the scan tool, because I'm still suspecting this one will be like one of the sensors being lazy and not reporting correctly. I'm gonna do that test to the auto sensors, front and rear, and I'll drive the vehicle and I'm gonna check some data while the vehicle is loaded and driving on the road. So basically now we're gonna go and do the functional test for the every rear sensor and actuator test, air fuel lean reach. Usually give you any data package here when you do this. Sometimes it is gonna be correct for the system you're attempting to test, and other times you have to change the data package. That way you can select anything related to, change the list, and want data for the auto sensors. So it depends on the system you're testing. You gotta switch over here and look at that data package. Like change the list, custom. I just wanted to see anything related to short term, long term. The computer, while it's using the test, it doesn't correct, because the computer knows we're doing a test. So basically I am interested in the 4 sensors, the upstream, the every rate sensors. See, I have it here on top. I'm gonna graph those. Okay, so I have the two upstream here. Let me get this one here because this one wasn't. Okay, right there. Bank 2, sensor 2. No, I need that bank 2, sensor 1 here. Where is it? Right there. Okay. Oh, what happened? I want that one here, up here, because I wanted to have the. Yep. Let's see. Right. Yeah, something's going on here. I have it there. However, I wanted to keep the two upstream here. I wanted to keep those two up here, but apparently this thing is doing something weird here. So oh, I got it now. I want the two upstream here. Okay, so you see that one. So now I will start a test at 25% of fuel. So system should go reach. So this go down. The voltage goes down on this. The every radio sensors, and this one should go up. The downstream 950, good. 899. It's a little below this one, the bank 2 sensor 2. See. But comparing to them, right here, these are, see the bank 2? It's a little lazy, this. Bank 2, sensor 1. See the voltage difference? So this sensor is getting bad. Look at that one here, it has some hatches on it. So gonna go lean now, take a weight, 12%. So now this will have to go up, and the 2 for the downstream should go lean, go down. This one goes go up. Look at this here. This one was more steady, and this one was like a little bit. So this sensor, the most that one got was at max 4.1, and this one was 4.14. So this sensor is reading a little bit off comparing to the other one when I am going on the reach side. Look at here again, 25%. Both should go down, the other one lower should come up. About 850 millivolts for the downstream, and yep, this is the one we were having a little bit off the fuel trims. So that sensor is getting a little bit messed up. This sensor, every sensor. No, normally we gotta recommend both sensors, not only one, when we do this. When we gotta replace this sensor, you know, if you don't want to get a comeback, you know, you gotta replace both, because if you replace only one, the computer is comparing both, and what happens is one is reading good and the other one gets off, and now you get again, you know, the checking light for the other sensor. So I'm just gonna talk to the customer and tell the customer, you know, this sensor is getting weak. Right now it's not enough to give us a call and no reliability issue, but I already know something is coming up. I'm satisfied with the changes we did after we cleaned the MAF airflow sensor, but this is an issue is coming up.